I'm not going to come on these videos and I'm not going to sugarcoat anything this morning. Family, welcome to the T-Love Social Media Queen Show. Today, I'm going to be talking about men in Hollywood. And I'm going to keep it simple and sweet. Keep it 100 to you guys. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. I'm not going to talk in circles. And I damn sure not going to come up on here and tell you what you want to hear. I'm going to tell you what you need to hear. And I'm not justifying for anybody else because I have mixed natives. But I'm going to just put it to you like this. Here's the real reason why Hollywood men date mixed chicks and date white women. And there's nothing wrong with mixing your race. Nothing wrong with it. But why are you seeing so much of that in Hollywood? You get the drift. So let's get down to it. So, you in Hollywood, you see all these men that's in Hollywood with these who are actually, mixed breeds. And we don't like to throw names in it, but you're going to see some pictures that's sliding past here. And understand one thing. Number one, you might say, well, you're not in that world, so you wouldn't know. I would know. My mother is a Dominican and Afro-Latino. My dad got white natives, and he's half white. But you couldn't tell because I'm fairly light as Cardi B. But you couldn't tell because I have two black parents who were, breed into black parents. See, when you got two parents who are definitely black, but they have still mixed natives on their side, it'll be hard to tell. But, moving on. The thing of it is a lot of men in Hollywood mix with exotic, mixed, or maybe even white women. Because let me tell you something. They have a lack of self-esteem. When they were growing up, living in the neighborhoods, they were living where it was suburbs. They was always known as the ugly ducklings, which means they couldn't get no bad bitches. I mean, let's be real here, bad bitch. You could take a person off the street and make her a bad bitch. But they were not getting these kind of women when they were growing up. So what they do, they get a little bit of money. They get a little bit of fame. They get a little bit of success. And they come in the game. They attract all kinds of women. Whether it's Indians, she could be Indian and black, Filipina and mixed with black and Philippine, Mexican, black Mexican. Or she could just be full-fledged Mexican, nothing black. Now, a lot of times these men, like I say, most of them don't want to mess with a woman with kinky hair because they've been told somewhere down the line, they get so far deep into it in the game where they don't want a woman who has just kinky hair, natural melon skin, because they're so devoured into being with somebody who is mixed up. Because a lot of dudes, they look up for women for show. Well, I'm not going to mess with a full black female because if I mess with a full black female, she's going to take me for child support. She's going to put me through all kinds of legal troubles. See, that's ignorant talk. Because a real man would mess with a woman who he don't care what color she is. And I'm talking about in the African American community. Whether she's light-skinned and fair and she's a black woman, whether she's dark or brown or real dark skin. See, you fail to realize this is when these type of men, and I'm not going to say any names, but the pictures that's floating through here, you'll get the drift. When these dudes classify as bad bitches and exotic females, they will go get a farm Brazilian woman who they can show off to. And once they get in Hollywood and have children by them, they don't realize that a lot of times people will judge. And hear me out, it's nothing, because I don't want y'all taking this video out of content. It's not wrong with mixing your race. But if you see in Hollywood, the Kanye West married Kim Kardashian. And there's nothing wrong with most of the Kardashians. They already done got babies by black dudes. I think except for one sister, and that would be Kourtney. You see what I'm saying? I like the Kardashians. But I'm just saying, for example, if you look at it, majority of these Hollywood dudes are messing with these females because they cannot take a sister. They can't. No matter how bad that they get up on them fucking social medias and praise the female, 9 times out of 10. And I'm not just talking about a black man that goes out and get him a lighter skinned chick. That's the norm. I'm talking about a man that's in Hollywood that goes out to get a mixed chick. Somebody that's Lebanese or maybe Ethiopian or something like that. Because they are so rooted into, they don't want a sister. They have been pulled in and brainwashed to tell them, no, don't get you no sister because of your children gonna come out with kinky hair. Your child gonna have nappy hair. Don't mess with her because she gonna call you child support on you. Well, that goes for any race. It doesn't matter if you mixing the race up and you think that they're not gonna do that. You're just trying to win popularity so you could be able to say, well, damn, I get a lot of bad bitches. Well, when you were in high school, you wasn't getting them bad bitches. You wasn't the man when you was in high school. You were not the man when you was in high school. You wasn't getting them kind of bitches when you was in high school. Majority of these Hollywood dudes ain't nothing but garbage. They get all up on here, and I don't give a fuck if they do listen to my videos. You could call me this and you can call me that. But you don't know shit about me. And I don't know what shit about most of y'all of what you put out there. You know what I mean? Yes, I don't know anything about you, but I go by what I see. And majority of these Hollywood niggas, they go out and marry these other females. Most of them marry strippers. Most of them have married girls who, mixed breed strippers. And they call themselves men. Nothing is wrong with messing with a mixed person. But majority of these niggas didn't grow up. I'm telling y'all, man, they did not grow up with bad bitches. They didn't grow up dating none of them. They just so happen to have a little bit of money, so they attract these females and they go get the next female, wife her up, have mixed kids with her, and they just doing it for show. So when they do decide to go back to us black girls, well, a lot of people, when they see me, they be like, oh, you, I know I look like I could be a white man's child. But me personally, I am black. My kids are black. I have dark-skinned children. Your girl T-Love Social Media, the queen, has dark-skinned children. I don't have, only one of my kids are light, fairly light. I don't have, all my kids' dads are brown. One of my kids' dad is brown. The other ones are dark. All my children are melon skin. I have kids with kinky hair. And I have nothing against other race men, Cubans and none of that. It's just that I keep it in my bloodline. I like dark-skinned, brown-skinned men. So I keep my melanin skinned men. I got babies by melon skinned men. That's just the melon in my children. So it has nothing to do with What I'm saying is I see the majority of these men in Hollywood mess with these mixed chicks, get them pregnant, and they're using these children for show. There's nothing wrong with going outside your race, but when you involve yourself in saying that a sister is not better than a mixed chick, you got the game wrong. A black woman is the most precious thing in the world. A black queen is the most precious thing in the world. I think some men in Hollywood are mentally confused when it comes down to messing with a strong black woman. If you can't take a strong black woman, you are a weak man. Then I hear some of these dudes talking about, man, any man that disrespects a black woman, a pure black woman, is not a strong enough black man to deal with her. I don't care what you say. So that's my take on it. Denzel Washington, I can respect the fact that he married Paulette. He didn't go outside his race or try to make himself, and there's nothing wrong with going outside your race. Mixing race is a beautiful thing. But let me clear something up. Denzel Washington married a black woman. His wife is named Paulette. I take my head off to that man. He married a black woman. Angela Bassett, I know this has nothing to do with, this is about the Hollywood men. She married Courtney Vance. He's a black man. Okay? Charlemagne the God, he got a black woman. So my thing to you is, these men that's getting these mixed chicks is not because they are happy to just say, oh, I like the mixed race. No, they're getting it for show. So their children can be mixed because they're ashamed of their black nationality. Bobby Brown, for example, he married Whitney Houston. I can respect that. He married a black woman. And so on, married. A lot of other good black men married black women and kept it in their race. But, that's just the nature of some people in Hollywood. Some of them are mentally confused. And some of them not. Some of them just like mixed females and don't mind to mix the race up, which is a beautiful thing. But some of them are so driven into not having a sister till they do that because they never had that kind of woman in their life. So they were rejected by those mixed chicks when they were in high school, junior high. So once they became famous, voila, they go out there and get them a woman that's half and half. I hope this video made some sense, and to understand that it's nothing wrong with mixing up race, but in Hollywood, you notice a lot of Hollywood men mix with mixed chicks, not even just white women. And most of them are cowards, because I bet not ever catch none of the niggas who are married to a Kardashian or any kind of woman that's dark-skinned black, light-skinned black, brown-skinned black, down a black sister. Because I'm going to tear your ass up in my video. I bet not ever see you downplay or downgrade a black sister when you married. Anyway, man, anyway though, like I said, it's nothing wrong with men mixed with a mixed race, but majority of Hollywood men are not slowly, but half of them are marrying mixed women because they're ashamed of a sister. That's all that is. And sometimes it ain't even got to be dealing nothing to do with being, that big with a mixed woman. They just want to do that because they see their friends with it. Or, like I told y'all, they never had that kind of woman in their life. So once they got money, I could at least respect Jay-Z. Even though he married Beyonce and she's black, even though she got white in her like I do, she still consisted of a black woman. I mean, hell, I could respect Jigga. At least he had the courage and decency to marry somebody black. I mean, come on now. And there's nothing wrong with mixing up your race, but you see a lot of this shit goes on. But anyway, though, man, don't take this video out of content. Don't get mad at it. I just see majority of Hollywood men mess with mixed girls. And notice they wasn't doing that shit when before they was famous. Because half of them couldn't even get a date. Couldn't let alone even get a woman that was mixed up. So, anyway, this your girl T Love Social Media, the queen. I got y'all. 1.